tell me what to do. You know who you're talking to.
Welcome back to this episode of Cope's Corner. I'm your host, as always, Mike Copenaver, aka Real Mike. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all the likes of KOPESKORNER. I'm stoked to be here to talk about some UFC 273, which was Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. And then we got the Luke A versus Muhammad 2 going down this weekend, which we'll have bets for. And then my man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, will jump in here and get into some bets with me as well. And I'm stoked to have him always on the show. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank some of the sponsors of the show. And firstly, I'd like to thank is Melon Brand Hats. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald in high school dreamed up. It's MELIN. They sponsor really, really cool people like John Hunter Nemechek, a NASCAR driver, Phil Mickelson, Michael Chandler. They have a bunch of really cool stuff that are waterproof. Some have camo patterns with like earmuffs that are warm for colder areas other than Southern California where it gets 100 super fast. But really, really, really cool stuff, and can't thank them enough. Secondly, I'd like to thank FokiStuff.com. It's Guamanian gear. My boy Rome over from Guam gave me the chance to support and sport his gear. We've been supporting it and sporting it for a long time. I used to drive down to San Diego to the Undisputed off University where my brother trained just to get some of these shirts, man. They have shirts, beanies, doormats, baby blankets, fanny packs, all kinds of cool stuff, and it helps all the Guamanians over there. And then thirdly, I'd like to thank Spliff Seeds Amsterdam, SPLIFF seeds. Lemon cream Kush female is the picture that's here featured. That plant is an actual plant that I grew, and it's also on the cover of a book on Amazon from Stony Tark. It's called Stony Tark's Top Tips on Growing Cannabis, and so really stoked to have my plant featured on the cover of that book. And like I said, we're going to jump into some UFC bets for this weekend, and my man Mr. B, the MMA guy, is here in one. How are you doing, my man, Mr. B?
I'm good, man. How you doing? I'm sorry.
I'm good. Hey, hi,
Right
Stevie
quick.
Wonder. How are you, sweetie? Nice to see you here. I appreciate all you guys here live supporting the show. I was a total little dork, and I had the microphone, I think, muted for the first 10 seconds of the show, and I had to go back and redo the intro since I was a stoner. So sorry about that, guys. But how you doing, B?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Just been hanging out with my family and my new baby boy, obviously, that we had. He's got 4 months now. He just rolled over for the first time today. So just
Oh,
been a
awesome.
lot of fun just being to hang out with the family, taking care of the farm and the chickens over here. And since spring comes early over here in Southern California, just getting all my vegetables and crops going. So we got a lot of cool stuff here on the Copenhagen farms.
Great.
Yep.
Great,
So
man.
your family all good, B?
Yeah, man. We're all good here. You know, the weather's kind of crazy. It rained like a day or two. We got sunny days, but they're kind of cold. But it's starting to warm up over here, though.
Nice.
But other than that, yeah, everything's pretty good, man.
Yeah, we don't know what cold's like at all over in Southern California. We cry about 50, 60 degrees. So yeah, you know what that real deal cold is like. And so, but
Yeah.
with that said, last weekend's Volkanovski UFC 273, Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie was a pretty fun event. If I don't say so myself, me and Mr. B had a lot of good leans. We had a winning night last week for bets,
Yeah.
and we love when we do that. But we'll get into that as we go right now and talk about it. But the first fight of the night was Julio Arce took on Daniel Santos. Daniel Santos was an underdog in this bout here, and I actually took him. I believe he was a plus 170 underdog. I
Yeah.
thought he had a chance. It went to a decision, but Julio Arce looked phenomenal. This was the first and only loss of the show that we took. It sucked to take it so fast right off the bat, but that is what it is in betting. But Daniel Santos was not ready for what Julio Arce was and what he is, and he just absolutely looked phenomenal. And that's why I rarely fade the veteran, right, B?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You rarely do, but
right,
Arce showed up, man. He looked real good, man.
yeah, it's
The
okay.
weigh-ins, he looked bad, but
I know
he showed
it.
up in the
Yeah,
fight.
It's all good. We got that money right back because the next fight was
Oh yes,
Pierre
you did.
Rodriguez took on Kay Hansen. And I told y'all that she's only about that OnlyFans life, and Pierre Rodriguez was going to do the damn thing. And she did just that, winning a 3-round decision, even called her by a 3-round decision. So cash 1 unit there. So wash the unit we lost. We won one here. So now we're back to even, and we end up winning the next couple of bets that we threw down as well. But Pierre Rodriguez
Yes.
looked pretty good, huh, B?
Yeah, man. Give props to what's her name, Kay
Decay.
Hansen.
Yeah, she did good
Yeah,
too.
she did come in strong the first round. She went for those takedowns. A lot of people were telling her she needed to go for the takedowns. She did go for the takedowns. She was takedown heavy for the first round, but that second round, man, Rodriguez just turned up. She managed to, get her own takedowns and stay up for some of those takedown attempts and even reverse some of those positions, as well as tag on Kay Hansen, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it
It
was a
was round
really good
three.
show
It
by
was round three
Rodriguez.
that really won it for Piera, in my opinion, and I
Yeah,
think the judges as well, because it was a pretty close fight.
yeah. But she
So,
definitely
but
managed to reverse and
yeah,
just do her thing, man.
so
Big
stoked to
props.
cash that unit there right after the loss, and then we just kept going, man. Alexia Olenek took on Jared Vandenera, and I'm gonna be honest. Motherfucker had me scared. He had me pinky scared on next Friday. He got me scared. He held my own. Fuck that. Alexi Olenek, though, I told you I was gonna sub this fool because he is not about that life. And he just fucking just absolutely just the lowest IQ you could ever imagine. Exactly why I bet on Alexi Olenek to win it here, and he ended up winning via submission as a plus 115 underdog. So cash that bet there, another $115 to the show. So we were up 115 right there, right off the bat after 3 bets,
Exactly.
really fast. If we went going 2 for 1 right now, but man, Alexi Olenek, man, I mean, he looked good, but I was scary, hubby.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely, because he was getting beat up. He was getting beat up quite a bit there, man. Um, we did get worried, but Olenek managed to come through. He got on that single leg. Then I thought he was gonna go for a banana split at
Oh
one
yeah.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't know what Vanderohe was thinking, but Olenek managed to reverse position, and then he came out with that scarf hold, man. Like, what makes you want to challenge Olenek on the ground like that,
It's just stupidity,
bro?
but I loved it. I fucking loved it so much. I mean, we called them by submission, but I mean, it's just
Yeah,
crazy. The IQ is just ridiculous. That like he just felt like he was bigger, so he was going to stay on top of him and just keep rolling around. But when someone's better than you on the ground with wrestling jiu-jitsu, you probably should stand the fuck up. And thank God he did it.
exactly.
Thank God he didn't. So cash that bet for Cope's Corner underdog at plus 115. So I was stoked to get
Yeah,
that one there as well because we just went on a roll of 2 in a row after losing the first one. So the next one was another one we won right here. Our boy
yeah.
Mike Mallet took on Mickey. Mickey, you're so fine. You're so
Ooh,
fine. You got that ass whooped by Mickey, my boy Mike Mallet. Just like
yes.
I said, we called it last week on the show. Mike Mallet wins by KO TKO in round one. He is the real fucking deal. Real sweet kid. Called himself proper, and he acts proper as just like his nickname. Really, really good athlete. Phenomenal standing in this bout. Definitely weathered a little bit of the storm, a little bit of some hands of Mickey Gall too. So he wasn't like he just like
Yeah,
washed through him. But I like
yeah.
this guy, Mike Mallet, and we can end up cashing another $100 here for the show. So let's fucking go, baby. 3-1 for the night, and fucking couldn't be more stoked after. Like I said, we will lose one week and then we go back and then we're just back, and it's like back and forth. And sometimes it gets sad when you go on a losing night, but it happens to the best of us, and it was just a phenomenal night for Cope's Corner, me and Mr. B. Mike Mallet, man, how phenomenal did he look versus Mickey Galby?
Good fight, man. Good fight, and you gotta give credit where credit's due, man. Mickey Gall did come out fighting a tough fight against Mike
He
there.
had me
He
a
had
little
Mike a
scared.
little bit
He
in
had me a
trouble.
little scared.
Yeah, busted up the nose a little bit. Was throwing some good combinations here and there.
Yeah.
Had the tie ups. Was going for the takedown. You know what I mean? He did get a takedown, right? And then Malik got back up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, man. Mike just showed what I expected for him to show, man. And boy, then he put that boy's lights out, man.
Oh yeah, dude, he
Yeah,
went sleepy.
landed that hook. Boom.
Yeah.
Mickey fell asleep, and then he got woken up by the TKO, the extra strikes.
Hey,
But
listen to the
man,
show.
good
Just
showing.
listen to the show last week, and congrats to all you cash that KO TKO. Like I said, because I said that Mickey was
Yes.
gonna lose his mind. He's not so fine. Fuck yeah, baby. Cash that bet for the Cope's Corner. You know how we do it. And we do this all on the fly. I don't have to write this shit. Aspen Ladd took on Raquel Pennington, and was another one I told y'all last week. Me and B. And B likes
Yes.
Ladd, and I don't. But he even
Yeah.
told y'all that Rocky, the squirrel, Rocky Bullwinkle, was going to come in here and do the damn thing. Is exactly what she did. She defeated Aspen Ladd via 3-round decision. Did whatever the fuck she wanted with her, just like she does with Tisha in bed. Now, how was this fight, B? I lead you into the craziest shit. Hey, B doesn't.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Disclaimer on this. B has no clue what the fuck Mike is going to say or do. Do not get mad at B. Get mad at me, the KOPE. Get it, B.
It's all good, man. Raquel had a lights out performance, man. We could just pretty much say that. The combinations were in full effect.
Money. Easy money.
Aspen, that might have been the easiest money to make on this card. I don't know what the hell was going on with Aspen Ladd. They sent her out there, her husband, fiance, husband, whatever. They sent her there with the southpaw stance. The footwork is still sloppy. She was getting beaten up from pillar to post, man.
She kind of reminds me of Smalls from The Sandlot, but this is UFC, and she was trying to come in there, and like this is like Benny the Jet just worked her up. Bah, 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 bah. I told her. I said it. Like, she's seen it all. Smalls is too small.
She couldn't miss.
Nope.
That girl was too on point, man. Too on point. So, man, big props to Raquel, man. She just showed the veteran instincts, man. What she's out there to do.
And so she
did it.
This is one I cashed. I didn't bet this on the show, but I leaned it on the show. I told you on the show that I liked it and it was going to be easy. Like I said, we had I think 4 bets in a row, which was never happened ever pretty much. And so I was like, man, I can't just keep fucking firing on bets like this in that sense, you know. But you know, so I'm just, if you guys listened to me and B, you guys should have cashed some parlays. You guys should have done well on DraftKings, Verdict, MMA. There was probably I think about 2 fights that I was wrong on. And it was Santos and another fight later in the bout that was a split decision that I still don't know if it was correct, but it is what it is. We'll talk about it when we get there. The next fight of the night was fluffy. Anthony Hernandez took on Josh Fremd. And Anthony Hernandez just did the damn thing. I told y'all, the veteran versus the newcomer almost every fucking time. You'll lose your mind how many times I'm right on that. And so Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy, did the damn thing. Josh Fremd just didn't seem to have the grit, huh, B?
Nah, man. Fremd, it was a grapple heavy bout, man. It's like Fremd was a little caught off guard by that. And Fluffy had the cardio for it. For sure.
Yeah. Third round, right? Third round kind of won that one.
Yeah. Fremd did do good in the second round, but I just really don't think he was he was ready for the cardio.
What up, Ryan? Kick your bass. My dude, Ryan Richardson, professional fisherman extraordinaire over there in Kansas City.
There you go.
Shout out to my boy over there on YouTube. Appreciate you over there. Please like, subscribe, and spread some love on YouTube. All you guys really helps me out in the algorithm from all the haters. I do the show and produce it myself with B. And, it's not like we get paid a lot of money for it. So it is what it is. But we appreciate all you guys each and every week who tune in and cash these bets last week for Cope's Corner because me and Mr. B were on absolute fire. And it it just felt good, right, B? Anytime that we come off of even if it's only a 1-unit loss the last week, I just wasn't. I mean, I hate any losses at all. I don't care if it was 10 cents. I don't want to lose I don't want to lose the dime. All right. But Ian Gary took on Darian Weeks in the next bout, and I was pretty disappointed in Darian Weeks. I'm not sure. Ryan, I don't know. Twitter has been hating more than Twitter's been hating on Elon Musk, so I don't even know. They don't. I can't see the comments on Twitter, but all you motherfuckers on Twitter MMA, Twitter Nation, all you guys MMA Twitter, the real motherfuckers out there, I appreciate you. You're not thought of. But Darian Weeks, I was pretty disappointed in his performance here. He looked gun shy to me, never really bit down on the mouthpiece and just kind of believed in himself. But Ian Gary obviously looked amazing, so nothing to take away from him. Kid's sweet as a person, and really, really funny lad at that, and just I actually like Ian Gary, but his time will come when he faces someone that I think is gonna hurt him a little bit. But Ian Gary defeated Weeks via 3-round decision. Like I said, I was not very impressed with Weeks' performance here. Pretty disappointed in him. What'd you say, B?
Don't be disappointed in Darian Weeks, man. I think it was a very technical fight.
Yeah,
You
it's
are right.
scary. It's scary.
Weeks should have been. She should have engaged a little bit more. We can say the same things for Ian Gary a little bit.
True.
Gary kept himself a little bit away, a little bit more towards the distance. You know, trying to use a little bit more of those kicks and a lot of movement. A lot of movement. He had Weeks chasing him for a good portion of that fight, but yeah, man, we'll see Darian Weeks come back, man. It was a good showing by both guys. That's
Yeah,
how I
great fight.
feel. But
Good
yeah,
fight. Yeah,
I
but
think if anything, they both could have probably engaged more. But yeah,
for sure.
yeah, it was a
Then
good fight.
the next fight was one that was almost exactly like I called it. My boy Vince Pichel from Hell Pichel over here from the 805. He took on Mark Madsen, the Olympian, and I did not like this fight for my boy Vince Pichel. I either said Vince Pichel by KO TKO or I said Mark Madsen by 3-round decision, and Mark Madsen won a 3-round decision. So the the blanketing, it happened. It wasn't, there was
Yeah,
no
it happened.
damage. There
Yeah,
was no submissions. I felt like Vince did more in the sense. He even took down a silver Olympic medalist in Mark Madsen, not once, but twice, which is a huge
yeah,
feather to his cap. But I felt like Vince, I mean, it was, it was what it was. Vince lost, but I called it last week. So, I mean, what do you say about
yeah,
this fight, B?
yeah. It was a good fight. Yeah, I am disappointed in that third round though.
No damage.
Marco really went. He went hard for the blanketing. He really went hard for just to get the wrestling and stay on top. I
Yep.
have no problem with wrestling, but you gotta have effective wrestling. Keep your guy, pinned down, but you gotta work, man. You can't just hold and just be like, I'm holding, I'm not advancing, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just holding them down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what kind of sucked about it. Really was a downer there. And yeah, Vince was really pissed after the fight.
Yeah,
So
he's talking shit too. I love it.
yeah, he was going the hell off. But
Yeah, at
yeah,
least he
man.
keeps it real. He stays the same 100. So I have mad respect to him.
Exactly.
Like I said, that was a tough bout for him, and he looked phenomenal in my opinion. So it was what it was. No bet there, so all
Word.
square. But the next fight was one that I glad I didn't bet on. It was one that I was wrong on, and my girl Mackenzie Dern and those sweet, sweet peaches and cream cheeks that I showed you last week. She took on Tisha Torres, and Mackenzie Dern, she won via 3-round decision. Tisha, I don't know, man. She at one point got taken down by Mackenzie and just literally dominated. But on the feet, she looked good. It was to Tisha and Tisha backers, they felt like she might have won it. But I looked at my boy in the 3rd round after I said, listen, when it goes to the judges right now, I know it's an even fight, but I guarantee you they're judging on who's got the better butt cheeks in there. And boom, Dern won. I was rooting for Tisha Torres. She had the best butt cheeks. You tell me. Now, B, what about this fight?
This was an entertaining fight. That theory is insane, Mike. But yeah,
I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. I don't like fake shit. I looked at my best friend JJ and I said, hey, watch this. Judge's decision next at the end of this round. Better butt cheeks win. And I just said it. And then a pretty controversial decision happened. Okay, it wasn't like very controversial. It was just it was a close one. And I'm not gonna hate because I get to see Mackenzie Dern's butt cheeks even more. So
yeah,
it was what it was. But yeah, my theory is a little crazy. But
yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good fight. Tisha had that first round, good movement and striking. She was picking her apart a little bit. It kind of looked like Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey that first round. Then that second round, Mackenzie managed to get a hold of her, and she managed to jump guard. And then had that long Kimura attempt there. She locked up on there.
That was
for
vicious,
a minute.
man. I mean, a lot of guys would have tapped to that shit. Girls are amazing.
Yeah, she had that locked for a minute while Tisha was on her feet, and then she went down, and then she was just still on that arm. So for Tisha to escape that, man, big props. That third round is kind of the part where you kind of
Rehab.
argue about who edged it a little bit more.
What up,
Oh,
Rehab?
this guy.
He's so funny. College
Rehab.
sorority jello wrestling. Hey, I would pay money to watch these two go at it in some jello wrestling. I'll tell you that. But if we're gonna pay money for girls, Dern's making it. Tisha, she might not make the dodgeball team. She's good, but she ain't Mackenzie Dern good. But yes.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. But yeah, man. So that's it pretty much, man. And it was just like I guess Mackenzie just etched it just a little bit on that last round, man.
Yep.
That's it.
She etched it on the last round, or my theory of the better butt cheeks. We shall see in the
either
future.
one.
I don't know. Either one. I'm happy with either one. I really don't care.
We're gonna look more in depth.
Glad we didn't lose money on it. I think Mr. B scared me. I think we elaborated so much on Dern's butt last week that it made it easier for me not to pick Torres as a bet that week because I just felt like obligated to for my love for her, even though she doesn't care about me at all. So it just shows you how much I love her. But either way. But the next fight of the night was Kazmat Chimaev took on Gilbert Burns. And holy shit, man. Kazmat was tested. Kazmat was pushed to the limits. Kazmat got hit in his motherfucking mouth more times, 100 plus, more times in one match in significant strikes by Gilbert Burns than he's been hit in all three of his other fights. So shout out to Gilbert Burns for being a bad Brazilian motherfucker who almost did the damn thing. But to be honest, they were super biased for Kazmat, whether it was the announcing, whether it was Dana, whether it was everyone. When there's hype trains like this and they don't give finishes like they say, I'm going to smash. Smashing is knocking people unconscious, Kazmat. I hope you know this. You have to smash them to go unconscious. You didn't smash anybody. You fought someone. And it was a great fight. An amazing fight. Gilbert Burns versus Kazmat Chimaev. One of the best fights I've seen in a long time of two guys that were so well equally balanced on the scale that it was just an amazing, amazing bout. Kazmat won via 3-round decision. But I felt like they just didn't give the Burns any love at all. But you tell me, B.
Really good fight. Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Gilbert Burns, man. They said to hell with a takedown attempt for the most part, even though Hamza kind of went for them. Gilbert said, I'm going to throw hands. And, we kind of discredit Gilbert Burns a little bit because he was a lightweight. So we don't say, he's fully welterweight enough. Gilbert Burns dropped Khamzat Chimaev with one of them nasty hooks he was throwing. Okay, he dropped that man. He made that man face plant for a quick second, and that man managed to get up and attempt a takedown. Gilbert Burns showed his heart. He showed his toughness. He showed he's here for real. That is one bad Brazilian, man.
Badass fight.
After that, now everybody, the bookies and all these people for potential future fights for Khamzat are looking kind of different out here now, man.
A little bit.
Right now, he's kind of a little bit. Right now, they got him as a slight.
If he fought Usman right now, Usman wash him.
Yeah, he would.
It's my opinion.
He would. I'm just really. It caught me off guard though that he got into so much of that striking exchanges instead of really trying to wrestle Gilbert. But you know what I mean? He went for that game plan. He paid for it. Hopefully, he learns from it, and I'm interested to see if he faces off against Colby Covington next or not.
Yeah, that would be a fight that I would love to see, but we shall see as we go down the road. The next fight was the co-main event. Aljamain Sterling took on Peter Yan. It's the second time. And, I don't like fucking apologizing, all right? I don't like fucking being wrong. And I don't like the fact that I was wrong. And fucking Sterling won the fight again. The champion is still the champion. He won a 5-round decision versus Petr Yan. He got his back not once but twice, maybe even thrice. It was a pretty fucking spectacular performance for Aljamain Sterling. But in the championship rounds, I felt like Yan kind of came on a little better. I felt like he edged it 3-2 myself, but I was also biased, so I'm telling you that. But Aljo fucking champion. He won fair and square. It is what it is. I mean, you can't just get lucky once or twice. It just is. Even though Dana's hating on it, Aljamain Sterling is your champion. What do you say about it, B?
First off, you apologize.
I hate it.
We got to give credit where credit's due. Aljamain
Nah.
Sterling went out there and went out to do what he did. Just
It's
remember,
like
Mike.
he's the boy Pena. He's the boy Pena. He is Juliana Pena to me. He's your Pena. Pena's yours, and he's mine. I don't like it. But yes, he's the champion.
Just remember, dog. We talked about them stats last week. Remember, we talked about those stats. Remember, I told you.
I'm glad
he had one takedown that first fight, but he had 4 minutes of control time. And we said it here. If he could take the first 3 rounds, he got it in the bag.
Gross.
We said it, bro. We said it. Even though we was talking about it.
I hate it.
Yo, Jan went for them 7. Jan barely got a takedown. This man got 2 rounds of damn near 8 minutes of control time on him. He outstruck Jan in the first round, bro.
That was insane, yeah.
That is crazy. And Jan is so upset. And people were all upset. You got to come to terms. Take favoritism out of your head, unbiasedness, and just watch. And that's what it is.
That's gross. But yeah,
that's what I told you.
It's just it's over. You know, I take him for what it is. He's a champion. It's
I just want to see who he faces now.
It's not what I want to say, guys. I just don't want him to be our champion. I'm not happy with it. I'm not gonna fucking accept it fully.
All I gotta say.
Jesus.
All I gotta say.
Yeah.
And why?
And that's why I knew B would be happy. I knew B would be all about this.
Dog.
I think B. I don't even know. B might have picked him last week. I'm not even sure. But either way, the fact is that Aljamain Sterling cashed a lot of bets for people. Shout out to Die Hard Podcast MMA, my boy Clint.
Facts.
He fucking cashed some crazy shit. Called him by decision. Got him by a money line. Did all kinds of crazy shit for him, but absolutely cleaned house. So shout out to him. Phenomenal dude. Die Hard Podcast MMA if you like that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Pub sports, I believe. But yeah, so that was that fight, the co-main event. The main event was Alexander Volkanovski versus Chan Sung Jung.
Oh,
and I told y'all motherfuckers last week that my boy Alexander Volkanovski loves to cook. You see him chefing it up with Ariel Helwani. You see him chefing it up on all these shows. Well, I told y'all motherfuckers last week that Chan Sung Jung was going to be beef bulgogi when my boy got finished with him. And he gave him that fucking soy sauce, gave him that fucking na-na, and gave him all that kimchi. My boy, Alexander Volkanovski, dominated, devastated, KO TKO in round 4. Should have been round 3 if it was up to me, the KOPE. What do you say about this fight, B?
What is there to say, dog?
I shredded that. Did you hear me shred that right there? That was off the head, folks. That was like Eminem 8 Mile. All right?
Oh, my God.
No beat.
Yeah,
no
B-Rabbit. Straight up B-Rabbit. Straight up B-Rabbit.
Shut this white boy up, all right? Tell him, B.
Yo, if you want to talk about a shutout performance, Alexander Volkanovski had that in freaking payloads, man. Just straight up payloads.
Yeah.
This dude, Chan Sung Jung, showed up. And, we thought he was going to be prepared. He trained with Cejudo in Arizona.
I didn't.
A lot of people are like, yo, he's going to be the upset. He's going to be the upset win.
Nope.
And I just look like, yo, there's no way in hell. And we broke this one down, too, man.
I don't like green eggs and ham, Sam I am. All right?
The strength, the power difference, the build difference between Jung and Volkanovski are totally, totally different. And Chan Sung Jung had to learn the hard way. This man got outpaced, outstruck, outhandled.
Beat down.
He got outperformed in all facets of this fight. It was sad to watch. If you were a fan of the sport, you enjoyed it. But if you was a fan of the Korean Zombie, you were disappointed. Beyond belief.
I loved it.
This dude was getting beat up.
It reminded me of Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega. Just
yes.
Get some.
And then he brought back the furious third round where he was just beating up Korean Zombie on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, I'm like, what in the world? Like, stop it, ref. This dude was sitting on the floor. He didn't even get on the stool.
That ref was
This
ruthless,
man was
bro.
defeated.
They want him to
He
die
was
in there.
defeated.
I loved it though. You guys know I
Yo,
love that.
his corner didn't call. It was Herb Dean who stopped it.
I love
Herb
her.
Dean had the heart to stop the fight
Get it,
in the
Herb.
fourth.
Hey, thank
Bro,
God. Hey, personally, I had the under 4.5 rounds, and I'm gonna thank you very much, Herb Dean. And I'm gonna say it was because of the joint that we smoked together back in the Tijuana days. So shout out to Herb Dean for that fucking under 4.5 there. The only way to cash on Volkanovski was that. So I fucking loved it. I love when someone gets devastated, annihilated. I don't give a fuck. It's like I like close fights too. But I absolutely love me some Mike Tyson whoop your ass KO in a fucking 40 seconds, 5 seconds. I don't care. I'm not one of those guys. I want to see you die today. If you want to be a fighter, then fight. Because that's what we're coming here to see. That's what we want you to do. That's what you're getting paid to do. And Alexander Volkanovski did the damn thing.
Annihilated him with jabs.
Hey, permanent
jabs,
beef
right
bulgogi.
hands,
He's got permanent Korean barbecue invite. He owns Korea now, for if you ask me. Oh, Alexander Volkanovski is the king. He just devastated the zombie. And so that was Alexander Volkanovski versus Chan Sung Jung, which is UFC 273 pay-per-view. An amazing event that we had. Like I said, we went 3-1, ended up cashing for, I think it was $315. So absolutely amazing. 3.15 units. Only took one loss on Santos, and absolutely amazing. What up, Jay, the realtor from NYC? Appreciate you being here, my dude. Smoke a bong load for us. 3.15 units. Every unit is $100. If I put one unit down, it's $100, Jay. It's just how some bettors do their bankrolls. I only bet $100 one units, and so 3.15 units, $315 cash to the bankroll. So let's fucking go for Cope's Corner. But with that said, we got UFC Fight Night, Luke versus Muhammad 2. UFC Vegas 51, all AKA. It's named all kinds of things. Fight Night, UFC Vegas 51. I can't get it correct all the time. There's just so many things to get going. But the first fight of the night is Heli Tang is taking on Kevin Kroom. Helia Tang is. Actually, one second. Let me open up one more window real fast. Sorry, guys.
Do your thing.
I need I want one because I want a window open for the fans, and then I want one for myself. So, all right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Helia Tang is 14-8-2. He called himself the Mongolian Knight. He is 30 years old. He's 5'5", 66.5-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak. He's fighting out of Fight Ready MMA, though, from China, 16th Century Warrior, one of the OGs out there. He last took on our boy Gustavo Lopez, former dude from the MMA for Money show that we interviewed a few times, one of our dudes. He went to a draw unanimously, and then he fought Casey Kenny, lost unanimous decision, and then he beat Ryan Benoit, Batrigo Dana, unanimous decision in his UFC debut. But he's taking on Kevin Kroom here, who's going to be much, much bigger, in my opinion. He called himself Crash. He's 21-14, 34 years old. He's 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out to my boy over there in Missouri. He last took on Brian Kelleher, and he lost unanimous decision. Then he took on Alex Caceres, the OG, two OGs. He lost both times unanimously, and then a no contest versus Roosevelt Robert for a standing guillotine, which was probably over marijuana, which is ridiculous, but I don't know exactly off the top of my head. But yeah, so either way, Kevin Kroom's going to be much bigger, much longer. This is going to be an interesting bout here because Kroom isn't a guy to like be punched out all the time, and he definitely has been finished though. So I take this for what it is because he's bigger, longer. And I just feel like at the weigh-ins that the Asian looked a little more intimidated. I feel like Kevin Kroom has a path to victory here, only in the sense of he's longer, and I just feel like it could end up paying dividends in the 3-round fight. He's plus 155. I'm only picking him because he's the underdog at 155 plus 155, and he's also longer, and I feel like this is a pretty even fight. What do you say about it, B?
Ooh, you're taking Kroom?
Yep.
Kroom will have the bigger frame of the two.
Yeah. Haley Tang's a tough motherfucker, though. I know.
That's what
I'm not betting it. We're not betting it.
Kroom got to wrestle. Kroom's going to have to get some of this tie-ups and put that wrestling jiu-jitsu to work, man. If not, Alateng is going to Alatenga hit him with something fierce, man, to that body of his.
That pow pow.
Yeah, definitely. But if Kroom could just manage to just stick, move, work mid range, avoid a lot of the heavy strikes from Alateng. Alateng throws a heavy leg kick, a heavy body kick. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's true. He's small though, B. It's hard to say.
But he
What,
packs
5'5"?
power.
5'5",
But he
bro.
packs power, bro.
Oh, hey, let me
packs
bang,
power,
bro. Let me bang, bro.
He packs power, bro.
Bang, bro.
I'll let you bang. Let me bang again.
That's that Julian Lane, baby. Shout out, Ultimate Fighter.
Word.
But yeah,
So I'm gonna say it like that, man. If Kroom can manage to make that man work a bit that first round and start changing levels on him and get a lot of control, he got it. But if not, and Alateng manages to muscle up on him, then it's gonna be Alateng, man. I don't quite have a pick on there.
It's a tough one. Like I said, it's weird.
Say.
It's like if they were the same size, I would Helia Tang all day and not even a question, not even a thought about it. But it's not that. So it is what it is. But the next fight of the night shall be Sam Hughes taking on Stella Nunez. I'm gonna let you jump into that one first, B.
Cool, man.
You like how you get the girls one, bro?
I know, right?
I didn't do it on purpose, bro. It's just every other, it just happens like this. Seems like you get them a lot. Right. Seems like I set you up.
It's all good though, man. We got Rampage Sam Hughes, man, 5-4. 29 years old, 5'5" with the 64.5-inch reach. Representing Everett, Washington. Currently running a 3-fight losing streak. Last 3 fights she had, she lost to Luana Pinheiro by unanimous decision. Luma Lukbonmi by unanimous decision. And Tisha Torres, she lost to that first round doctor stoppage. She's going up against Estela Nunez, out of Brazil, 6'2". She's 6'2". There you go. 29 years old, 5'4" with a 66-inch reach. Represent what's that? Atibaia, Sao Paulo, Brazil. President of Piranha Valeturo. She currently is riding a 1-fight loss. Yeah, she lost last time against Ariane Carnelosi. She fought last year, back in October. She fought Gina Ioning. Inyong, there you go. Back in 2018, she lost to Angela Lee by Anaconda choke, and then she fought Mei Yamaguchi and won. There was a long layoff between 2019 and 2021 because she had a 2-year ban for PEDs. Now, here's the deal. Sam Hughes is tough. Sam Hughes has improved with her striking a little bit. Sam Hughes got to use a little bit more of her grappling and her jiu-jitsu because she gets outstruck on the feet. She takes a lot of shots, man.
A lot of them.
Yeah, she tends to take a lot. Like Loma Lukbonmi is smaller than her, and she got ate up by Loma, man. She goes in there, and I know she's trying to aim tough and throw a lot of these shots. Cool on her part. She can't do that shit with Estela Nunez. Estela Nunez is too fast and too strong. Too strong with those leg kicks, too strong with those combinations, and she's willing to change levels on her if necessary. She primarily is a stand-up fighter, though, but she's good with her movement. She's going to be faster than Hughes. I think Hughes is going to have to try to match up to get some mid-range shots and level changes. If she can't get level changes, she's going to be screwed, man. Estella did compete a little bit outside the UFC. She did that little pillow fighting championship shit. That shit was kind of funny, but she won that. But she was kind of big, too. So I really got to see like how she looks like outside of strawweight. So I was like, damn, the girl is really big when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into this fight, I think she's gonna outpace Sam Hughes, man.
Yeah.
From the first round going, and either she'll get a second round TKO, who knows, maybe, or a full-fledged decision. but she's gonna have to weather a takedown if it goes into the mid-second round, late second round further. Other than that, it's gonna be a lot of sticking and moving from Estela Nunes and a lot of cage fighting against the cage from Sam Hughes. But yeah.
Yeah, great breakdown from Mr. B, and I couldn't agree anymore. Can't really break down even it much more. But like I said, Sam Hughes, she is very pale, and that leads to her being very cuttable. And so when it goes to the judges and they see her all minced up, cut up, and bleeding, it does not look good when damage is shown. And Estela Nunez is that type of girl to be laying down the damage. Right now, the odds makers have Estela Nunez as a favorite at a slight favorite of the or little moderate favorite, -210. So you got to put $210 to make 100 plus 180 for the comeback for Sam Hughes. I feel like Estela Nunez here is absolutely going to win. I just wish she was a little bit lower on the money line. I wish she was like 150 and I would fire on her. But with that said, I'm picking Estela Nunez to absolutely dominate and devastate this girl, and might put her in the hospital if she ends up standing up and not defending her face, because Sam Hughes is very, very hittable, and that could make her quittable. The next fight of the night is Trey Ogden versus Jordan Levitt. Okay, one second. Man. We got Trey Ogden coming in here. Is this short notice, B? Yeah, right?
Somewhat of a short notice, yeah.
Yeah, not too crazy. But yes, I think it's a little bit short notice. But either way, Trey Ogden is 15-4. He's 32 years old. He's 5'11 with a 71.5-inch reach. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Another dude fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out to the barbecue over there, baby. Love barbecue. Yes, he last took on JJ Okonovich, and he won by arm triangle in round 2. Fury FC 53 looking for a fight. Then he took on Cody Carrillo, and he won by rear naked choke round 1. Then Brady Geck, he won by rear naked choke. Thank you, babe. By round 2 in the Ultimate Blue Corner battles. And then his last loss was in 2019, rear naked choke round 1. So I like Trey Ogden. I'm gonna get into it, but his losses are rear naked choke, guillotine choke, and guillotine choke. Now, I'm not very happy. I don't like tappers, do I, B?
Nope.
No. He's taking on Jordan Levitt, the Monkey King, who's 9-1. He's 26 years old. He's 5'9 with a 71-inch reach, and he's on a 1-fight win streak fighting out of Syndicate MMA, Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to my Copenhagen family over there. Last took on Matt Sales. He won by inverted triangle choke round 2. Then he lost to Claudio Pulas round 3. Or a 3-round decision. And then Matt Weeman, he beat him with that crazy slam in round 1. Yes. And then he beat the arm triangle choke on the Contender Series. So 3-1 on his run since the Contender Series, or 3-1 including his Contender Series run. But it really hasn't faced that many people that to me that mean business. Trey Ogden is bigger. He's going to be longer. I feel like he's tougher. The only thing I don't like is the fact that he is tapped, and that's the only thing that I don't like. But right now, even the odds makers have him at a -142 favorite, a +132 comeback for Jordan Levitt. So it's not just me that likes him. It's everyone likes Trey Ogden. They're seeing something that he can beat Jordan Levitt. He was a +135 underdog when it opened, and now he's a -143 favorite. I would be betting Trey Ogden. I'll be throwing it on him, but not with that line movement. I can't justify being on the side of that line movement and being so late to the party. But I'm picking Trey Ogden. I feel like he's meaner, tougher. If you look at the weigh-ins, Jordan Sales does not look sure of himself, not confident at all. But Mr. B might have another opinion. No bet here. I'm picking Trey Ogden. What do you say, B?
This is a very interesting fight. When I heard this man's name mentioned,
shout out to Ted Hicks in the house. I haven't seen my boy in so long. The godfather of Haps and all of our family. We love you, Ted Hicks. Thank you so much for the love and the support.
Yes, sir. Trey's representing Glory MMA and Fitness. So you know who's behind that. You know who's coming to his corner.
Oh, Kevin Krause.
James Krause.
No, Kevin Krause. How did I say Kevin? I'm so sorry.
Because Kevin Kroom's going to be there with James Krause too, ain't he?
Yeah, it's the Kevin that they tripped me up. It's James Krause. James Krause is the shit, though.
Yeah, them dudes going to be all out there, man. It's really insane, man. A lot of people are feeling what you're feeling. And I've kind of been feeling a little bit that way too, man. But I don't know.
I like it.
How I don't know how that's gonna, you know what I mean, how it's gonna really go.
Mikey likes it.
Because Jordan Jordan could grapple, but he can't quite strike. And this dude's gonna be able to strike and grapple. You know, even though you say, you know, you're worried about the submissions, this is gonna be a tough fight. This is gonna be a tough fight. This probably be a decision. If it gets a finish, I'll probably be surprised. But definitely is gonna be a one hell of a fight. And I was going for Jordan Levitt at first too, man. But I was looking at Trey and I'm like, damn, what if Trey manages this shit? Because Trey's pretty fucking big. What if he manages to go in here and do this shit? He's gonna give a lot of hassle to Jordan Levitt, man. It's gonna go down. It's gonna be down to like a decision win. But it's probably some close shit too. But it's gonna be a really good decision win. But it may go to Trey. Ogden might shock us, man.
Nice.
Even though he's the favorite.
I'm
glad.
Well, now he's the favorite. He wasn't. So we were on the underdog side, and now we swapped over. What up, Elliot? Appreciate you being here. You had a question in the chat.
This man said Patty. When's Patty fighting
next? To be honest,
get out of
Elliot,
here, man.
I'm the wrong motherfucker to ask when Patty's fighting. But hey, I will let you know when I'm betting against Patty Pimblett to make some money. So you just stay tuned there, Elliot. But I hope that you and your family and your friends are good. My dude, I appreciate all you guys here supporting the show, and like we said,
get Patty out of here.
Yeah, get Patty the fatty out of here. Go eat some Twinkies, motherfucker. Like, hey, go ahead and drink your water, motherfucker. No one came here to see you drink water. So the Chris Barnett is coming up and taking on Martin Buday. I'm gonna let you jump into this one first, but I love me some Chris Barnett. I call him the Kung Fu Panda. Call himself Beast Boy.
Yes, sir, man.
I call himself.
Damn. Barnett got a tough fight here, man.
Yeah, it is.
Beast Boy, Chris Barnett, man. 22-7. 35 years old, 5'9", with a 75-inch reach. Born in Zaragoza, Spain. Yes.
Hell yeah, baby.
You know what I mean? Damn, what the hell am I doing? Currently riding a 1-fight win streak. Training out of camp up in Florida. Last one he had was against John Vellante. That was Vellante's retirement fight where he got wheel kicked to ground strikes in the second round. 2 minutes 22 seconds in the second round. That was back in November 20th of last year. Ben Rothwell, he lost with a guillotine choke in round 2. Then he fought Ahmed Tihani Shehu. There you go. At UAE Warriors 13. We beat that man up in under a New York minute and 58 seconds. Chris Barnett is an anomaly because he is short. He is a short man for heavyweight, but he is a fast man.
He is so fun.
And he throws very high. He is very entertaining as hell for a heavyweight.
And athletic.
He moves like a middleweight.
Yeah, yes. Don't get it twisted. I will tell a motherfucker when he's fat and sloppy. Just because this dude looks like he is fat and sloppy, don't get it twisted. This motherfucker would spin kick me in my head so fucking fast. He is unreal athletic. He moves better than a 155-pounder.
Yo, his legs reach your head. If you above 6'2", you better be worried because you're capable of getting head kicked. You're capable of getting a Superman punched. You can't get beat up. Chris Barnett's that dude. But he's going up against baddest Martin Buday, who's 9-1, 30 years old, 6'4" with a 77-inch reach, representing Slovakia. Currently riding an 8-fight win streak, making his debut during last season.
Thank you for that love, Ted. Mr. B.
Facts.
And me.
Appreciate it, dog. From the Contender Series of last year when he fought Lorenzo Hood and kneed this man. Pretty much put that dude's lights out in 4 minutes 56 seconds of the first round. Then he fought at Octagon. That's out in the Euro circuits, Russia and whatnot. Fought Camille Minda, beat that man by TKO. 4 minutes and 1 second round 2. Daniel Didrich, a Kimura in 1 minute and 3 seconds in round 2.
Fucking Jay, dude.
And he beat this dude Orlov. 3 minutes 32 seconds in round 1. Beat a lot of other guys. The last person he actually lost to, the first person and the only person he lost to, surprisingly, was Juan Espino back in 2017.
Big old
Yes,
Juan
the
Espino.
guy that won the Ultimate Fighter, the heavyweights, and we never seen him again. That guy. Fuck. But yeah, that guy he fought. Keeping it straight and forward. This is a tough fight for Chris Barnett because we know this guy can grapple, he can wrestle, but more importantly, he can strike. He's another fast guy.
Yeah. This
For a
isn't good.
heavyweight, he
This
moves
isn't
kind of
good.
like a
This
yeah,
isn't
he
good.
kind of moves like a light heavyweight, middleweight as well. There's gonna be a lot more technical stuff going on from Boudet than Chris Barnett, but Chris Barnett has um the secret weapon of surprise and explosion. So he throws in various different types of strikes. It's just that he can't get too out there, or he's gonna get caught with something bad. I
Mhm.
like Chris Barnett, but I'm gonna go for Boudet on this one. If Barnett wins, though, I will be thoroughly surprised, but I'll also be thoroughly happy that he won.
Oh
Yes,
man,
sir.
I love it. I feel the same way, B. And as I was just reading into it, I was looking at the odds for Boudet by submission. Boudet wins by submission as at a plus 550, B. So Boudet could easily get Chris Barnett down on the ground and put him in a Kimura and fucking submit him. It's man, I'm throwing down half a unit. I'm throwing down $50 on the plus 550 on Martin Boudet wins by submission. I feel like if he gets down, my boy Chris Barnett, the Kung Fu Panda, I feel like he's gonna have a real bad day on the ground. I know he can get that Kimura on him if he gets him down, or a rear naked choke at the plus 550. You cut that in half, and so we got the 275 down the middle. So 50 units at the plus 275. So let's fucking go, baby. I just feel like it's a real bad matchup for my boy Chris Barnett. And he's also just so much smaller than Martin Boudet is, and that's just where the trouble lies. And once they get on the ground, he's really, really gonna end up feeling it. So Rafa Garcia takes on Jesse Ronson next. And Rafa Garcia is 13-2 from Mexico. Comes up gifted. I was gonna say gifted one, but either way. 27 years old, 5'7" with a 68-inch reaches on a one-fight win streak, fighting out of Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. Last took on Nathan Levy, won a unanimous decision. Then he lost to Chris Gudesmucker, the OG veteran. Then Nazareth Haparas, who lost unanimous decision as well. So this dude is pretty much really durable, really strong. Has really good, really decent boxing. Got a decent chin, but he gets himself in trouble when he puts himself in the pocket and he wants to bang, and he does want to bang. And he's going to be taking on Jesse Ronson, calls himself the body snatcher. He's 21-10-0, 36 years old. He's 5'10 with a 70 and a half inch reach. He's on a one fight win streak, fighting out of London, Ontario, Canada. He last took on Nicholas Dolby. He no contest, rear naked, round one. Do you know what happened there, B? With
What?
the Nicholas Dolby versus Jesse Ronson, why it was a no contest rear naked choke off your head?
I don't remember.
Yeah, either way, no worries.
Ronson.
So that was his last
Oh no
fight
no 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 no! It was a no contest because I think Ronson tested positive,
for marijuana,
so they turned it to no contest. No, I think it was
oh,
PEDs.
okay, never mind. He
Yeah,
hasn't fought in two
so that's
years,
what it
so it
was.
sounds like PEDs. Okay,
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
was PEDs.
So
That's what it
obviously,
was.
homeboy likes to jack himself like Barry Bonds with a little bit of the dart in the butt. I can't hate on that. My brother War Machine used to stick himself more than a fucking pinata. So the last took on Troy Lampson, won by rear naked choke when he did win. Round
Shit.
one. And then he lost to Nikolay Alexian, knee to ground and pound round one. Lost to
Yeah.
Nathan Schultz, PFL 2019, number 5, unanimous decision loss. Pretty durable in the sense he's only lost that Nikolai Aleshkin, who's actually really, really talented. He's going to be taking on, like I said, Rafa Garcia. This one's tough. I feel like Jesse Ronson's going to win this fight. I have a slight edge on him right now. The odds makers have Jesse Ronson slight edge, plus 125. Didn't even know the odds for it. Plus 115 comeback for Rafa Garcia. Jesse Ronson opened up. If internet would work. Plus 140 underdog. He's at a negative 116. Slight pick him now. So if you look at that line movement, you definitely don't want to be on Jesse Ronson now after the plus 140 number has swung to the negative 116. But I'm going Jesse Ronson. What do you say about this fight, B?
Oh shit! This is a really good fight, man. Jesse Ronson, as we mentioned with Canadian fighters, my theory, um, super technical guys. Jesse Ronson's one of those types of cats. He's gonna come at this with a super technical approach, select the strike in, win the takedown, and he has a pretty okay jiu-jitsu game.
What up, James Crypto? Forgot to say what up to you.
What's up, dude?
My
The
bad.
thing is, Rafa Garcia, man, we've seen Rafa Garcia have wars, and we've seen him fight smart. And I think if Rafa could put a good technical approach to this, he could end up making Jesse Ronson fight messy and possibly take a win here. But that all depends on how he approaches this fight. He is the younger of the two. You got to take that into a little bit of consideration. This will be Ronson's return from a while back. And it's going to be a really messy fight, man. As I said, though, Garcia got to make this messy, but start off technical and make it messy to catch Ronson off guard. Ronson has to keep this at a straight technical way, where he's going to have to try to get up on, try to piece him up a little bit. Don't engage in a freaking, in a pocket battle, you know what I mean? Don't start exchanging in the pocket. You don't want no freaking phone booth fight. Fight this shit smart. If not, you're gonna have a real messy fight, man. I think this fight could be low key one of the fights of the night.
Oh yeah.
If Rafa Garcia forces it that way. If not, this will be a technical breeze for Jesse Ronson. That's how I'm gonna go.
So let's see over, because I think it's going to go to decision, and it is. The judge, the Vegas has at a negative 150 to go to a decision, so they think so as well. So if you like it to go to a decision, negative 150, $150 makes you an extra 100. Then you get to watch both fighters. And don't have to root for either of them because it could be a close bout, but it's definitely going to be a banger in one of the fights that you're going to want to see because Rafa Garcia ain't no pussy with that Mexican gas tank, and Jesse Ronson with that Ontario gas tank, he ain't no slouch either. So should be a great one.
No.
The next fight of the night is Jakar Close is taking on Brandon Jenkins. I'm gonna let you jump into that one first, B.
Oh shit, man! This shit got some drama too.
Dude, this one
Ever since earlier today.
Okay, so firstly,
What's up?
just a backstory for people who don't know Jakar Close. Jakar Close hasn't competed right since the Jeremy Stevens, right? No. Yeah. Since the Jeremy Stevens incident that happened in
Actually, no. Yeah. He hasn't fought since the Jeremy Stevens.
He hasn't fought since 2020, folks. Okay, and these guys are fighters, mind you. So you should have like a strong mind. Okay, so I'm not gonna hate on people not with a strong mind because, like I said, mental health is a serious thing. If you have family, friends that have mental health issues, you definitely check up on them and make sure they're okay. But these motherfuckers, they wanted to fight, so now I'm putting them under the microscope, and this fool's being a fucking pussy. He got pushed by Jeremy Stevens in 2020, by 2021 on April, and he's like, "Oh, my neck, my back, I can't sleep, my vagina, my tampon, no, I don't know, my microphone doesn't work, my gloves, they're too tight. Oh, my maxi pad's not the right color. It didn't come in blue, and I need it in purple. I don't know." The dude is being so soft that I fucking having a real hard time being nicer than I am right now, and I'm not being nice at all. Okay, so now we have Jakar Close. Now I'm gonna go outside of me being a dickhead, and now we will talk about him in somewhat of a nice manner. Jakar Close, 11-2-1. He's 34 years old. He's 5'9", 5'9", 70-inch reach. So remember, 5'9", folks.
Yes.
One fight losing streak fight out of Glendale MMA at a Fight Ready MMA. It's the best thing that he could fucking possibly be doing. One of the best things, okay?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Now, the last time he fought before he got a neck and my back, my pussy, and my crack. Before he got that little issue, he got knocked the fuck out. Overhand left, round 2, got starched. Benil Dariush fucking sent him.
Hey, that was a scrap, though.
It was.
That was a scrap. Yeah, remember?
He got knocked out round 2.
He almost knocked out Benil Dariush.
A grappler. He almost knocked out. I know. He almost knocked out a grappler. Yes. Congratulations. Hey, the guy almost knocked out a grappler, guys. So, I was joking. So round 2, Benil Dariush fucking starched his ass. So Yes, he fought good for one round, but then he didn't have enough gas tank to get through it. Blah blah blah. I know I'm hating all over this dude.
Yeah.
So he's won the times he's won. Christian Gallegos 3-round decision. Bobby Green 3-round decision. Lando Venata 3-round decision. Those are some good wins, especially Bobby Green. Lando Venata can be a savage in the sense too. That was 2018, folks. 2018, I almost didn't have a kid. I had my first kid 2017. I'm a way different man right now than I was then. And so I've been on the incline, going up, right? Now, he should be too, but he's going downwards because he hasn't fought in X amount of years. He's crying about his tampon, his neck, all these problems. He can't sleep. He's having night tremors and nightmares, and his girlfriend's paying all his bills, and he can't fucking buy her flowers and chocolates when he wants because he has to ask her for her own money. I don't know. That's just what he tells me. That's what he said in his media scrum. So you tell me what kind of dude this dude is. It's not the type of dude who eats pussy from the back, I'll tell you that. Not the type of dude who fucks outside missionary. Type of dude who sits there, maybe lets his girl do the snail trail on him and ends it. I don't know, dude. I'm not happy. I'm not a big fan about this dude. Somehow, Jakar Close is a fucking massive favorite. Negative 525 favorite. Plus 450 comeback for Brandon Jenkins. For the guy that is worried about the color of his tampon and his neck and all those issues, and the guy that his girlfriend pays the bills on every time they go out to eat, that guy's favorited out of negative 520. Brandon Jenkins, the human highlight reel, 15-8. 30 years old, 6 foot, 72-inch reach, 6 foot. He's what Jakar Close's girl wishes he was. 6 foot, not 5'9", 6 foot. And I'm fucking 5'10", so I know how it feels to be a little bit shorter. But I'm just saying, I wish I was 6 foot like my dad. I'm fucking not. I'm not fighting either, so fuck off. Now, back to fucking Brandon Jenkins. 6 foot, 72-inch reach on a 1-fight losing streak. Fights out of Syndicate MMA, Las Vegas, Nevada. Last took on Zhu Rong. Lost ground and pound round 3. Zhu Rong's a bad motherfucker. That's kind of, it's wishy-washy. I don't know what to take from that one. But it's the first time to me he was really tested and he got fucking starched. But that was round 3, so could be cardio issues, blah, blah. Last took on Jacob Kilborn is when he won in PFL 2021, number 9. Switch flying knee round 1. Then he beat Aaron Mitchell, unanimous decision. Jordan Hinton spinning back elbow. So this dude is a finisher when he finishes. When he shows up, he fucking shows up. Now, Jakar Close, we don't know what is going to show up. Negative 525 means you got to throw $525 to make 100 extra. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going dog or pass here. I got Brandon Jenkins all day. And after I've decimated Jakar Close, you can defend his honor, B.
All right. Let me try my best.
I'm just joking, dude.
Jakar Close is all right. Jakar Close hasn't finished nobody since 2015, though. That's a problem. Jakar Close lost a lot of muscle mass.
Oh, he looked like shit, too, at the weigh-ins.
He lost a lot of muscle mass since his last weigh-in and now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, since Beneil Dariush. He lost a lot of muscle mass, and he looked really bad during the weigh-ins.
Hey, because he can't buy all those extra beef jerky and protein when your girl's got the wallet, bro.
And if he shows up, he's going to look, he'll be healthy, but he'll be a lot leaner, man. This is one of the few times I'm going up against Close, man. I'm taking Brandon Jenkins on this one. I think Brandon Jenkins had lost the last time. I know he lost. I was hoping he was going to win that debut fight, but he didn't. I think he's going to come in with a better game plan this time around. Jakar Close is not really much about takedowns, really. He's a lot more about fence control and clinching and shit. I think Brandon Jenkins could get the shots necessary to land that KO, man. I think so. I think he can mess up Jakar here, man. Be excited. Be excited, though. We're going to see, though.
Oh, I'm stoked.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
I'm putting my money for my mouth as then. We're throwing down half a unit, $50. So on the plus 800, Jenkins wins by TKO KO. I want Close to prove that he's about that life. We will be here next week to talk about it. So be about it. Don't be about it. At least we do the damn thing here on Cope's Corner. But that should be a great fight in the sense. Like I said, I just don't like weakness in my athletes, in my like gladiators. You can't fault me, bro. Like if I was gonna pick him for a video game, once he told that's like his attribute saying like, hey, I'm kind of a pussy. Okay, you're kind of pussy. Definitely don't want you on my team. That's how easy it is. So I'm not like, it's like I'm being mean, but I'm just like, I'm being real. It is what it is,
Yeah,
So
yeah. I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming
oh,
from.
it's all good. It was entertaining in the sense. So the next fight, I'm gonna let you jump into first, B, since I fucking went way too crazy on that last
Oh,
one.
you gave me ladies again.
Well,
That's
hey, it's not
great.
my fault, B. I took the last one first. You
It's
saw me.
ladies I like too.
You
It's
saw.
ladies I like
Hey,
too. But
hey,
let's go.
Panny can get it. Call B. Call B.
135, man.
Check.
Bantam weights. Lena Landsberg versus Penny Zad, man. And I've been wanting to see Lena Landsberg come back and fight for quite a while, man. I like that lady, man. I know she's up in age, but I like that
Yeah,
lady.
no, she takes
Lena
well good care of
Landsberg,
herself. I hope my lady
the
at that age
elbow queen.
looks that sharp.
40 years old, 5'7" with the 65.5 inch reach. Yep. Out of Karlstad, Sweden. Currently riding that one fight loss. I know. She had lost to Sarah McMahon. That was her last loss back in January 2020. Before that, she had a 2-fight win streak where she beat both Macy Chiasson and Tanya Evinger by unanimous decision. She had lost to Yana Kunitskaya, but she beat Gina Mazzani. She lost to Yana by unanimous decision, but beat Gina Mazzani by unanimous decision. We know her mainly for her stand-up, but she's kind of improved a little bit more on her ground game. Getting a couple takedowns here and there. She's gone up against Banzai, though. Penny Zad, 15-6, man. 30 years old. Jesus, only 30? 5'7" with the
Looking
66-inch
good,
reach.
Looking
It's
good.
like I've seen her fight throughout my whole
looking like
20
a snack,
years
B.
and shit like that.
Like
Yeah.
a snack, B.
Penny's awesome, man. Penny's awesome. She represents what is it?
Shout out
Avaz
to the
Iran.
77 live. Appreciate y'all.
She's an Avaz Iran, but lives in Sweden though. So it's the battle of the Swedes. Currently riding a 1-fight losing streak. Out of Arte Suave. Her last fight was against Raquel Pennington. That was back in September of 2021. She lost by unanimous decision. That was another slugfest. Before that, she had a 4-fight win streak where she beat Alexis Davis, Sajara Eubanks, Besh Correa, and Jessica Rose Clark, all by unanimous decision. The girl strikes. She has heavy hands. She throws heavy freaking hands, man. If anything that's been a problem in Penny Kianzad's arsenal will be sometimes her gas tank and the fact that she don't quite defend takedowns like that. Not as much. Not as much. If you got good jiu-jitsu game and you got good wrestling, you could get those off of her. You could get those takedowns. I think that's what Lena Landsberg is going to look to do. I think Penny needs to do that against Lena because Lena's left herself open again, takedown, unless she's worked her takedown defense more. For the most part, though, I know Lena Landsberg is nasty in the mid-range. She's nasty with the kicks because she's a former kickboxer. This might be a very close fight too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Landsberg's been out for a while, though. That's the thing. So as much as I want to say Lena, man, but I'm gonna take Penny Kianzad in this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely taking Penny. Lena, I mean, like I said, her striking is good. She's definitely going to be there to spar, but Penny has just been improving all around, all over the place. And right now, the odds makers have her at a negative 425 favorite, plus 340 comeback for Lena Landsberg. So obviously, with women's MMA, if you like Landsberg, her money line alone, it'd be worth it, right? But women's fights usually go to decision. So then you would look up Lena Landsberg by decision. So that's Lena Landsberg by decision is plus 455. So from plus 340, plus 455 is not worth it. I would just go for the money line for Landsberg. She's probably going to win by decision if she does that. But I like Penny Kianzad. I think that she's just an all-around better athlete, way more, way younger, way stronger in the sense, way higher ceiling. She's been improving just all over the place. But her money line is crazy. Started at negative 300, going to negative 427, 425, depending on where you're going. So that means you got to put $425 to make 100 on Penny. I definitely feel like Panty's going to win this one, but I cannot warrant ever betting that much money on women's MMA, let alone any fight that's going to be that close. So I'm going Panty, but
Yeah.
it could be a very, very close one. The next fight is going to be fun. Devin Clark takes on William Knight. Devin Clark is 12-6. He called himself Brown Bear. He's 32 years old. He's 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He last took on Ian the Hulk Kutlaba, and he lost a unanimous decision. Then he took on Anthony Smith, and he lost via triangle choke round 1. Then he beat Alonzo Menafield unanimous decision in his only recent win. Then Daquan Townsend, he won unanimous decision, but Daquan really isn't a UFC caliber fighter, but it is what it is. Then he lost to Ryan Spann, guillotine choke. He's lost to spinning back fist and punches by Alexander Ratchik. He's lost by rear naked choke to Jan Blachowicz. From what I see, Devin Clark has a history of tapping and napping, but he is going to have a great size advantage versus William the Nightmare Knight. He was 11-3. He's 34 years old. He's 5'10 with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. He's going to be greatly outsized in my opinion, and the wrestling is going to be a huge thing for Devin Clark if Devin Clark can implement it. But William Knight last took on Maxim Grisham. He lost to a unanimous decision. Then he took on Alonzo Menafield. He actually won a unanimous decision where he looked pretty good. Fabio Cherant, he beat left hook round 1, but Fabio Cherant's a small guy compared to the guy that Devin Clark is and the OG that Devin Clark is. Then he took on Don Jung, who lost to unanimous decision. So William Knight, super durable. You almost wanted to say that I want to say that William Knight is more durable than Devin Clark, but Devin Clark's wrestling is better than William Knight. So I would have to say that, well, I'd have to go with Devin Clark and his wrestling and the experience that he has facing some some upper echelon of the UFC. Right now, the odds makers agree with me too. Negative 175 favorite, plus 155 comeback for William Knight. I'm going with Devin Clark here, but if William Knight hits this motherfucker in his chin round 1, you could see William Knight TKO KO. But I'm going Devin Clark via decision 3 rounds. What do you say, B?
You taking Devin Clark?
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna take William Knight.
Ooh, shit.
This is gonna be crazy.
He got me scared.
This fight makes no sense to be having in the first place. If this fight was at light heavyweight, I would have said, "Yo, I'm gonna take Devin Clark." I would have taken Devin Clark hands down.
Okay.
I'm taking William Knight here because it's a heavyweight. Devin Clark got on the scales,
Great
and
point.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm
Great
gonna throw
point.
this weight. It don't make no sense. It don't really matter, but it's just something to point out real quick.
It's a point.
It's a heavyweight, and William Knight's not cutting no weight, but neither is Devin Clark.
Gas tank.
But I don't know how much weight Devin Clark had to put on, or if he even managed to put on any weight, whatever. But he's coming on the scales. I think he was at 223. That's similar to Randy Couture when Randy Couture used to fight at heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
William Knight weighed in at 251 pounds. I don't even know how he managed to cut light heavyweight when he was fighting light heavyweight. That man is fast as hell. And you know he got about a round and a half in him. And Devin Clark has to make that the roughest round and a half in his career for him to beat William Knight in this fight.
Yeah.
Because I know William Knight, Devin Clark's been clipped before by some nasty mofos in that division.
Multiple times.
And he's had his lights locked out, you know what I mean? Knight is fast, but if Devin Clark can manage to do his thing and tire him out for a round and a half, because we know William Knight has a round and a half.
Clark has to
2 rounds.
Clark has to blanket him round 1 immediately to fucking gas him, or he's fucked.
Yeah. And I think William Knight can manage to have Devin Clark get into a striking exchange. So that's why I'm taking William Knight. His striking, like the way he goes about his striking is a little bit more smarter as far as throwing his shots go. His power shots. I know Clark has a good thing with his boxing going. He throws those leg kicks, and he has a strong base. A strong like base to stuff takedowns and whatnot. But I'm gonna take William Knight, man. I think they sized this one up for William, so that's why I'm gonna take William. But if Devin Clark wins, I'd be thoroughly surprised by that.
Nice.
Then again, he's had a lot of UFC experience. He's fought a lot more fighters, more fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to weather that storm of William Knight and then continue on, yeah, I'd be thoroughly impressed though. At heavyweight, I'd be impressed. But yeah, man,
Nice.
I'm taking William Knight there.
Well,
But I see the pass for both of these guys to
I
win.
always appreciate Mr. B's input. Like I said, he even mentioned something that I didn't think about, and the fact that it is at heavyweight. You said correct, right? And so
Yes.
the fact that that is a tremendous thing that could help William Knight's gas tank possibly. Or it could bring the power of William Knight, but he could also get wrestle fucked by Devin Clark. But we shall see.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you jump into the first one on the main card. B. It's Manor Lazez versus Ang Lusa. I know you're gonna be stoked on Ang Lusa. But I want to grab a.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a beer, B, and so elaborate for a hair. Okay.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
So let's go, guys. We're going with the main card, right? Is it the main card? Main card starts right here, right? Let me just make sure. Let me make sure. Yes, okay. It's Munir Lazez versus Ange Lusa. The sniper, Munir Lazez, 10-2. 34 years old, 6'1" with a 76-inch reach, representing Tunisia. Yeah, there you go. Representing Team Noguera Dubai. Lost his last fight. Now, remember he lost his last fight back in January last year, to Worley Alves. Nasty body kicks. That's when he threw Worley threw like 3 body kicks in a row. Just pretty much beat this man against the fence with the body kicks, and then just threw the ground and pound. But before that, he had that ill unanimous decision where he just shut down Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Then he fought Aber Maradi back outside the UFC back in 2020. Beat him with knees and punches in round 1. Fought Sasha Palatnikov, who's outside, who fought for XMMA recently. At UAE Warriors,
He
beat
fought
that
for the
guy.
UFC though for a bit, right?
Yeah, Sasha Palatnikov. Yeah, he fought Impo Kasaganai, remember?
Okay.
And then he before that he beat
Yeah, I
was
remember
it
the name.
the
I remember
Orion
the name.
Kasi? Yeah, Orion Kasi. Yeah. But Munir is a really good kickboxer. Good with his range. He likes to do a lot of work in the clinch as well. We did kind of see him get, beat up though when it comes to experience, because as I said, Worley managed, rough him up a little bit on the feet, take him out of his comfort zone, trying to shoot for the takedowns a little bit, tangle him up, and then pretty much beat the brakes off that kid. That was crazy though.
Worley was a
But he's going
savage
up against
that night though.
Facts. But he's going up against the last ninja, Angie Lusa. Lusa is a very interesting character. He's 28 years old, 5'10", with the 74-inch reach, representing Switzerland. Currently riding a 1-fight win streak out of Sanford MMA. Now, I say this guy is an interesting character because this guy had fought for the Contender Series. He fought for the Contender Series last year. He lost against Jack Della Maddalena. But before that, just a few weeks ago, like last week actually, no, 2 weeks ago, he fought John Howard. And he beat John Howard by unanimous decision, where he started to learn and level up on his wrestling. Was a really good match. Got up on the boy, John Howard, longtime vet. Did good. As I mentioned, before those fights, though, he fought Colin Luberts, won by split decision. Lost to Jonathan Thompson by split decision. This was back in 2018 when he fought for LFA. He fought Rustam Kasanov, where he beat this guy in the round 1. They threw the flag in, the towel. And he got a couple KOs and whatnot. High-level kickboxer, this guy is. So that's why they have this matchup here. It's a perfect styles, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be really a lot of striking and attempted counter-striking. That's what you would think. A lot of these kickboxing fights mainly go with kicking and a lot of damn stalling because everybody want to clinch and hug up against the cage, short knees and little elbows and a lot of technical stuff going on. Munir Lazez is going to look to win based on output. Lusa's going to win based on effort. So Lusa's way is going to be striking, but getting for the takedowns. Lazez don't necessarily use takedowns like that. But we're going to see. This one's going to be another close fight. I think Lazez is going to look to come out there since that last loss and try to make impact and show he's back here and he wants to get these W's. But Lusa might come out here, man, and get busy. You know what I mean? As far as the pick goes, I want to say Lazez, but I think Lusa might take this one. I think Lusa. I might go with Lusa on this one, just because he recently had a fight and he's gonna come in here. He's gonna be more, more active, more energy. You know what I mean? He had the cut already, the weight cut before. That might be something though, because he had a weight cut just 2 weeks beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
That might be one of the things that factor into this. But I think he might be ready. I think he might be ready to spring a little upset here more near.
Yeah, this is going to be a great fight. Mr. B broke it down pretty much perfectly. I mean, Manor Lazez, he's a great striker when he wants to be called himself the sniper. Really technical, can be. He's not really powerful in the sense though, but he pitter patters and he's dropped combos and has really bony knees and it can really decimate you into your rib cage with him. But with this one, he's not like a tough guy, like a mean guy, and that's what bothers me is Angelusa. I feel like this dude is mean. Like I feel like he can be. I feel like if you back him in a corner, I feel like the last ninja Angelusa could do the damn thing. He's a slight underdog right now too, so I like that as well. Angelusa is a plus 180 underdog. He started as a plus 210. He's dropped down a little bit because people are believing that he could do this. I feel like a dog or pass here. I just feel like he's just a meaner, just a meaner, tougher guy. And because he has more power than Lazez, I feel like it could play into him. But no bet here. I'm going Angelusa, the underdog, to beat the favorite Manor Lazez. The next fight should be an incredible one between two great guys. Pat Sabatini versus TJ Laramie. I'll let you jump into it first, B.
All right, cool. Pat Sabatini, TJ Laramie. So let's go. At 145, man, we got Pat Sabatini, 16-3, man. Guy got no nickname, just Pat Sabatini.
I know.
31 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Representing NPR Endurance MMA, current 5-fight win streak, fighting out of Pennsylvania. Out of Renzo Gracie, Philly, he trains as well. As we said, 5-fight win streak, man. Tucker Lutz, he beat by unanimous decision back in November last year. He caught that nasty heel hook and destroyed Jamal Emmers, man, back in, was it August? Yeah. Heel hook, 1:53 in round 1. Tristan Connolly got grappled out of his boots back in April of last year. JC Stern in CFFC caught that armbar back in 2020. And Jordi Titoni got punches. Second round. Well, first round, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Pat Sabatini is a terror, man. Pat Sabatini, in all his fights, I think he's only been stopped once. Every other fight's been a decision. He's only had one stoppage loss, and that was back in 2020. And that was an injury. Pat Sabatini is a terror.
Monster.
And this man, TJ Laramie, is out here saying that he got the remedy, man. Well, let's go with TJ Laramie. The truth, TJ Laramie, who's 12-4, 24 years old, 5'6" with a 66-inch reach. Canada, currently riding a 1-fight loss streak at the Maximum Training Center. His last loss was against Derek Minner, where he got caught 52 seconds in round 1 with a guillotine choke. After this man put himself in the position to get guillotine choked. I don't know what was wrong with this man, but that's what happened. Before that, though, he got that doctor stoppage win against Daniel Swain in the first round back in 2020. He beat Andrew Cruz, unanimous decision. He beat Paris Stanford, unanimous decision. James Dunn with punches, 38 seconds. Well, 33 minutes and 38 seconds in round 1. TJ Laramie, super technical, kickboxing. He kind of wrestles, doesn't really jiu-jitsu much. He has a little bit of a jiu-jitsu game, a little bit of a wrestling
He's
game.
got T-Rex
Packs
arms.
a lot of it. Huh?
TJ Laramie's got T-Rex arms. It's
You know,
just
somebody else told me that on
he's
Twitter
got
too.
T-Rex arms, bro. I just say it is what it is, bro. You know,
He's stocky. He's a stocky guy.
he's a
He
wrestler.
throws a lot of good combinations. He's very technical, as all the Canadian fighters. But he kind of still has a lot of growing up to do in the sport, though. I will say that is very true. Pat Sabatini, man, I'm taking Pat Sabatini. I don't know why else would you not take Pat Sabatini.
Yeah, no.
TJ Laramie is good, but I don't think TJ Laramie is gonna be able to stop all those takedowns.
Pat's like his dad. Pat's like his
add
dad.
up to those.
You're gonna whoop his ass. You know, that's just like it's gonna
And
be
stop
like dad versus a kid.
Yeah, and stop all those takedown attempts and all that control, man. I think Pat Sabatini could possibly get a stoppage in this one.
Yeah,
I think he can.
I think so
I think
too,
he
bro.
can. TJ Laramie got a lot to defend, boy. I'm going with Sabatini.
I don't know who. Someone don't like TJ Laramie, but this is a really bad matchup for him. Pat Sabatini is an absolute motherfucker. He's the type of guy that wants to hurt you, whether he has you in a submission or he's going to punch you. He wants you dead. He wants you unconscious. He wants you hurt. And he's going to do exactly that with a guy like TJ Laramie. TJ Laramie's got pretty much one chance. It's to blanket wrestle fuck him for 3 full rounds. I don't think he can do it. I think that even if he got Pat Sabatini up against the fence, I feel like Pat's the type of dude to drop elbows into the side of TJ Laramie 3 times, make him drop like a little fucking bird, and then just start pounding on him, because I feel like Pat Sabatini is TJ Laramie's daddy, and that's why you see the odds makers have it at a negative 475 favorite. And it is what it is, you know. I hate to sound like a hater. I hate to sound like a hater, but it's just like, so fucking, I didn't make the odds. The odds makers, the guys from Vegas, think that he's a bum too. Obviously, it just, you know, we'll come back. We'll come back next week. I might apologize, like I had to apologize for Aljo. So, you know, get at me. The next fight of the night is Myra Bueno Silva is taking on Yanin Wu. I'll jump into the first girls fight of the night for me, B, since you don't like them. You hear those girls? He doesn't like girl fights. I'm gonna.
I like them. I
jump
like
into
them.
it first. It's okay, B.
Why are you doing this to me?
I was hilarious. I was just joking. B loves. We love
so
women.
Good.
Okay, we have women are the most wonderful thing in the world. All right, Myra Bueno Silva.
Yes.
She calls herself Torreira. 7-2-1. 30 years old, 5'6" and 66.5-inch reach. She's on a 1-fight losing streak fight out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Last took on Manon Farrat and lost a unanimous decision. Manon Farrat's a fucking absolute monster, and that was the first time that she ever faced punches and bunches so fast. So, I mean, was what it was. Then she had a draw to Montana De La Rosa, majority decision. I can't remember exactly. It must have been super close in the sense to go to a draw, but I think that maybe Montana got super lucky there. Then she beat Myra Bueno Silva armbar. Then Manon Moroz, she lost a unanimous decision. You know, she's taking on Yanin Wu. Myra Bueno Silva is dropping down, and is it down in weight, B, right?
Oh, she's moving up. She's moving
up in weight. Okay, moving up in weight,
Yeah.
so she doesn't have to cut as much weight, so it's supposed to benefit her. But she's taking on a tough Chinese 16th century warrior, the 25-year-old 5'8", 66.5-inch reach Wu Yanin. 2-fight losing streak though for the Chinese 16th century fighter. She last took on Jocelyn Edwards. She lost a unanimous decision. Then Mizuki Inu, she lost a split decision, and Laura Mueller, she beat by armbar, and Gina Mazzani, she lost a unanimous decision. Oh man, this is a weird one here. The odds makers have Myra Bueno Silva as a huge favorite, negative 475, negative plus 420 comeback for Yanin Wu. I feel like that's a little extreme. That's a little bit crazy. Even though I do feel like Myra Bueno Silva is the tougher girl. She is the person that in an alleyway, she would eat Yanin Wu's face off. But this isn't a ring, and this involves cardiovascular systems. This involves fight IQ. This involves corners and judges and all kinds of things. Yanin Wu by decision might be something that could possibly cash. Not saying the fucking bet your life on it, but I'm just saying there's a possible chance that she could win by decision. And if she does, it is what it is, and she could do it. But Myra Bueno Silva is my pick. But like I said, I'm not betting her. It's way too fucking high. I don't see that much value on her in that sense. And so, what do you say, B?
This is a very good fight. Yana and Wu's kind of been floating between the bantamweight and the flyweight division because she fought Inoue at flyweight. She fought Mazzani at bantamweight, so she was kind of floating. I know the last fight she fought against Edwards there, she fought at bantamweight. Yana Wu was a tough chick, man. She's willing to throw it down. I think it's gonna come down to whose gas tank is really up there between these two, because we know Bueno Silva could throw 2 rounds of nothing but sheer heavy strikes. She's done it in flyweight before. They're not gonna have to cut weight, so we have to see who's gonna be the bigger of the two. Wu has a bigger frame, but Bueno Silva is gonna look a little bit, you know what I mean? She got the bigger frame because the wing, the bone, you know how the bones look,
The bone
shoulders and all that.
density. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all that of Wu. But Bueno Silva's gonna come in there with heavier strikes, man. And I wonder if she's gonna have the cardio for that third round though. That's the thing. Because they're both gonna throw at each other. It's gonna look like, you remember how Molly McCann versus Ji-Yeon Kim looked?
Yeah.
It's gonna look like that.
Makes
It's gonna
sense.
be nasty. It's gonna be nasty. Um, I think though, because Myra's been in there with a couple more of the tougher chicks, I think she could etch this one and possibly get a win. But this one will be another close fight here.
For a
But I
close
think
fight,
Silva could get it.
if we both think it's a close fight, the odds do not represent that. So there's no fucking way you should be betting on Mayra Bueno Silva at the money line that she is, but it should be a good one between them all. I'd like to shout out the 90 of you here live. I really, really can't thank y'all enough. Please like, subscribe, and please share the YouTube. Please share the Haps, Twitter, Twitch, whatever you're on. Just try to get to 100 live viewers on this show. We've been going up on numbers every single show. I really, really can't thank y'all enough for making the show what it is, because we do this for you guys in the cash motherfucking bets, baby. The next fight of the night is Andre Fiallo is taking on Miguel Baeza. I'm gonna let you jump into that one first, B.
All right, cool, man. So
This is gonna be a great
Fiallo
fight.
versus Baeza.
This is gonna be a motherfucker right here.
Oh shit, indeed it will, man. So we got Andre Fiallo, man, 14-4, 28 years old, 6 foot tall with a 74-inch reach, representing Carcais, Portugal. Currently riding a 1-fight losing. Well, he lost his last fight. There's only a 1-fight losing streak. Out of Sanford MMA though is where he trains.
Sanford, baby.
He lost that debut. He debuted. He lost to Miguel Pereira in that wild fight back during UFC 270 in January against they threw down pretty much. Unanimous decision loss. Before that, he beat Stefan Sekulik back in UAE Warriors back in October 2021. He beat Lincoln Puig in September of 2021 in UAE Warriors. Sang-Hoon Yu, he beat at UAE Warriors as well back in June. And then in January, he knocked out James Vick. He beat the brakes off James Vick. Jesus Christ, James Vick. That was a nasty fight. That first round was pretty cool. But that second round, Jesus, James Vick just got beat the hell out of, man. He's going up against this guy, Miguel Baeza, man. Miguel Baeza is 10-2. This is a young man. We talk about young man's game. And yes, it is, man. Caramel Thunder, Miguel Baeza, 29 years old, 6'2", with a 74.5-inch reach. Find out of Florida. Represent MMA Masters. So you know who trains with him? Colby. So currently riding a 2-fight losing streak though. He lost to Chaos Williams. To punches. He got knocked out, man. He got beat up by Chaos round 3. Santiago Ponzinibbio. That was back. Well, the Chaos Williams loss was back in November last year, and Santiago Ponzinibbio was back in June of last year. But before that, he was on a win streak, boy. He beat Takashi Sato with a arm triangle choke in the second round. Matt Brown, he knocked out with a left hook. Hector Aldana, Hector Aldana, he beat with a leg kick to ground and pound punches. Victor Reina, he showed up, won that unanimous decision. Miguel Baeza is a kickboxing monster, man. If there's anything I like about Miguel Baeza more than anything is his head kicks. and the way he throws his straight punches, whether it's his jab or his crosses. Miguel's punch is going to be the cross against this fight against Andre Fiallo. Fiallo, when he goes into exchanges, he likes to throw his hooks. Things about Andre Fiallo is that Andre Fiallo doesn't care for a takedown much unless he really, really needs it. He will stomp through whatever the hell you're throwing so he could throw it as well. And everything he throws is heavy. The majority of the shit he throws is heavy. But he don't care because he knows he's going to land. Miguel Baeza got to have a combination in his strikes. I'm going for Miguel Baeza in this one, though, because while Fiallo's going to try to throw for hooks, I think Baeza got the better chance of landing those straight punches, those crosses, and the jab setups. Try to take away the lead leg, and you get better opportunity to throw these straight punches. Those straight punches are going to connect a lot faster than those hooks and uppercuts that you might think. You know what I mean? Especially if Miguel's fighting at a distance. So I'm going to look for Miguel Baeza to do work, man, and get back on the winning column here. That's how I call it.
Great breakdown, B. Miguel Baeza is an absolute specimen, and it's going to be an absolute great performance between these two guys. Andy Fiallo has been in multiple organizations and just absolutely decorated in the sense and only lost one fight in the last 5. The dude's got heavy hands, got great jiu-jitsu, and other than that, he's just going to be, I think, just a little bit, the reach is just a little bit to Miguel Baeza's advantage. 2 inches taller, half-inch reach advantage on the feet, on the hands. I'm sure the feet are much longer than that for Miguel Baeza. Miguel's a great athlete too, man. The dude just throws those hands when he needs to, throws kicks, looks really good in the pocket with those straight punches that Mr. B mentioned. Not that Andre Fiallo isn't. It's just, I just don't think that Andre Fiallo is fought near the competition or is as talented as Miguel Baeza is. Almost a bet here for me for Miguel Baeza. If he was a negative 140 like he was when he opened, negative 160 on 5 dimes, so 1.6 units for him. I'm taking Miguel Baeza to do the damn thing here. It should be a really, really good fight. Oh, another thing I was going to touch on is with this fight, I feel like there's going to be chaos here. I feel like that both these guys, if you look at the weigh-ins, they were looking at each other like they want someone to die today. So I was thinking that a fight doesn't go the distance or under 1.5. Okay, under 1.5 rounds is a plus 157 on 5 dimes. I like the under 1.5. I think that the under one of these guys two could fucking start each other out. They're going in there to bang. If you look at them at the weigh-ins, like I said, they were really, really aggressive. And you could really, really tell that. So hopefully we get a really good bout. But next fight, we have Kyle Borrello versus Gadazi Orgomagav. I'll let you jump into that first, B. And you could also pronounce his name properly if you can do that.
Okay, cool.
Because I can't. That shit's hard.
Okay, we're going to do it. So we got Kyle Borrello versus Gadzi Omargadziev.
Nice.
There you go. Kyle Borrello is a man, aka known as the Natural. You see the pic there. The man has glasses. He's 10-1. This is a guy who got a lot of controversy because he showed up twice for the Contender Series. He fought at middleweight and he fought at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
But the UFC are really high on him, so we're gonna see what he does. He's 29 years old. He's 5'10" with a 75-inch reach out of Sao Luis. What's that joint? Marajao. There you go. Marajao, Brazil. Currently riding a 9-fight win streak out of his fighting affiliation of Fighting Nerds. Yes, that's the gym he trains out of. Fighting Nerds. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of smart folks
with his glasses.
They're into gaming and a lot of all that stuff. Yeah, but that's what they do. Yeah, man. I looked it up. This shit's crazy. You got to see it. It's crazy. If you got free time, check it out. He fought Jesse Murray back on the Contender Series. He won strikes from the top, 1:41 in round 1. He fought Aaron Jeffrey back in on the same season, and he won by unanimous decision. That was back in September. The one before that was in October. He fought, that was a grappling fight, but he fought this guy Wadimar Santos, beat him unanimous decision back in 2020. He had another unanimous decision. Then he had a guillotine choke before that in 2019. The guy is very strategic in his fighting. That's one thing I would give him maximum credit for. He doesn't make moves and make mistakes. He forces you into mistakes. He's a very intellectual, like very intelligent fighter, where he makes very little mistakes. Everything comes with a counter move or a countermeasure. Um, they really put him in the shit house though. He's going up against Gazi Omagadziev, who's undefeated, man. 29 years old, 6'1" with a 71.5-inch reach, representing Moscow and Russia, currently on a 4-fight win streak out of the Golden Team. Um, he came in during the Contender Series last year as well. Janty Silva, he caught this man with a nasty knee bar in the first round. This was while he was in a bad position and got the knee bar. So take that shit for what it's worth. He bought this guy named Vladimir Vasiliev. There you go. Beat this guy in MMA Series 20. That was back in 2020, November of 2020. Alexei Novikov, he beat that guy, punches, referee stoppage, under 3 minutes in round one. Back in October of 2019. There's a lot of stoppages, a lot of TKO KOs under this man's belt. He has striking, but his grappling is also one of his fearsome underlined weapons. This is a combat sambo guy. So you know that's what you got to deal with. You got to deal with wrestling. You got to deal with striking. You got to deal with all the facets. I don't know if this man, Barrio, has the tool set to fight this guy and beat this guy. Going into this one here. I don't know. As much as I want to say Cal Barrio is going to come out and beat this guy guns blazing, I think Godzi is going to take this one, man. I think Godzi may get a finish. But a lot of people are high on Barrio. If Barrio can get the win, props on him. But I'm taking Godzi.
Yeah, I'm with you too, bro, and I'm so glad that you are because it's going to be a bet for you for Cope's Corner, the last one of the night. I'm going to be throwing down, or actually, no, not the last one. I might even throw down the next one because I like them. Right now, 5 dimes have a Gadazi at a negative 115 plus 105 comeback for Kyle. Our boy opened up at a negative 150 favorite. Now he's down to a negative 115. So everyone's on Kyle. And I love it even more in the sense I feel like that once they get on the ground that there is a chance for our boy to sub or TKO KO Kyle, and I just don't think that this kid has ever been on the ground with a guy that's 6'1" and a combat sambo wrestler, 3 inches in height. I know the reach goes to Kyle, but that means nothing on the ground. It doesn't matter how fucking big you are. Once you get single leg, double leg, and dumped on the ground, you're not fucking that tall anymore. You're only as tall as your rib cage lifts off. Your rib cage is off. So I feel like Gadazi's the spot here. I'm throwing down $115, 1.15 units on him to do the damn thing. I feel like he's going to absolutely devastate and just look phenomenal here on the ground versus a guy like Kyle who's just never been on the ground versus a combat sambo wrestler such as Gadazi. So great breakdown on that one, B. The next fight of the night is the main event of the evening. Vicente Luque versus Bilal Muhammad 2. Last time, Vicente Luque starched Bilal Muhammad and absolutely silenced him. The BJJ black belt, Vicente Luque, is looking absolutely phenomenal every single day. His striking is getting better and better. Like I said, he starched, Bilal last time. He starched a few other guys. But it's his BJJ game that people don't talk about and they don't even think about. Anytime on the ground, he is in no threat at all from another competitor. And I feel like Bilal Muhammad is not going to threaten him on the ground at all. And then standing up, Bilal Muhammad, he got in trouble in the pocket. When he entered the pocket and he got in the pocket close to Vicente Luque, he threw a blind kick. And once you throw kicks that aren't set up or that you're too close, they could counter you. And that's exactly what happened to Bilal Muhammad when he got starched by Vicente Luque. That happens to a lot of fighters, that in the UFC is that you see them enter the pocket, they throw a kick, but as they throw that kick, the better striker already sees it, throws a left hook or a right hook and hits him on the chin, on the jaw, whatever it may be, and fucking ruins their night. So Vicente Luque did that last time, Bilal Muhammad. I'm not expecting such an easy bout for Vicente Luque this time as it was last time, but I still believe that Vicente Luque is the real deal here. I feel like should win this fight. It might be by decision. I don't think he might not get the finish because Bilal Muhammad is a tough motherfucker. Bilal Muhammad, I don't know his BJJ rank, but on the ground he is well decorated in the sense that he does not tap. He's not a type of guy that just gets tapped often. I believe he's only lost by punches in his losses that are recent, which was last loss. He's never been tapped. So there you go. So Vicente Luque on the ground. I don't think, like I said, this is going to be washed on the ground. This is going to be a stand-up war between these two, but Vicente Luque is going to be a little longer, going to be a little bit stronger, in my opinion. And then he has it on the ground, the edge in all senses, and that's just how I feel. He also has a 3.5-inch reach advantage, and the hands of Vicente Luque are getting better and better. So I'm going to Vicente Luque to win the main event for UFC Vegas 51. What do you say about this main event, B?
I'm gonna go with you on that one as well, man.
My
You're taking
dude.
Vicente Luque. No disrespect to Bilal Muhammad.
Hey,
Bilal Muhammad he's improved a lot.
So B,
He's right
I was gonna bet on it.
ahead.
I was gonna bet on it. And now that you're saying this, it makes me now feel like we should definitely do it. Now, do you feel that way?
How many bets you already have so far?
We have 4.
If you want to take it as an independent bet, take it as an independent bet.
Yeah, that's why. That's only. Well, 2 of ours were only half units though, so it's not really 4. It's really 3. So
yeah.
Either way,
if you want to take it make it as a public bet, you can make it as a public bet too.
All right. Well, I got Vicente Luque.
I will say this. Bilal Muhammad has improved a lot. He got a pretty good win streak for himself, moving up to this thing. You know what I mean? He got that win against Wonder Boy. You know, his pace and his cardio has helped him out quite a lot. I don't think he's dealt with a guy like Luque. Well, he's dealt with Luque before, but I mean, since then, he hasn't much had to deal with a guy like Luque that comes in with that heavy boxing, who's gonna be a threat on the ground if you attempt to take it to the ground. You know what I mean? And the thing is, while Bilal is tough, he has to work in a pace and outgun Vicente for 5 rounds. And if he doesn't do that, Vicente's going to catch him. And I think Vicente's going to catch him because Vicente catches everybody. You know what I mean? He catches everybody. It's just going to depend on how you feel. You know what I mean? If you could weather those hits. And Vicente's combinations are getting way too better as he's going up there. As he's getting up there, he's fought enough guys. I think he's measuring up. His combinations have always been good. His finish up with his counter left, his nasty right hands, his footwork even. Because sometimes he can move a little bit flat-footed sometimes and switch up. You know, Bilal's going to be having the pace, the better footwork possibly. But I think Bilal's going to get clipped, man. And Luque doesn't need to punch you up to get a finish. He's going to go for that submission, man. You know he's going to go for the kill.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Vicente here to get another win, man, and just get his climb up there in the mountain. No disrespect to Bilal. Bilal does it. I love Bilal. He does it.
Bilal's a great dude.
I'm taking Vicente.
Great person, great to his religion, great to his people. So I love Bilal Muhammad. But this is just
and also, if you don't know, this guy's going through Ramadan.
Oh shit! So he's not eating well. Nice.
He's not eating right. Yeah.
Nice, dude. I love that
He's
dedication.
going through all this Ramadan stuff, man. That's what made me dude.
That's what made me a Bilal Muhammad fan, is that you got to respect anyone who loves their religion, loves their people, and loves their family and friends. And so with that said, that is the UFC Vegas event for this weekend. I hope all you guys cast your bets. Right now, there is a Bellator 277 going on. McKay versus Pitbull 2. The co-main event, Vadim Metcalf versus Corey Anderson. The main event, AJ McKee Jr., Patricio Pitbull is going to be on right now. The Aaron Pico just beat Aldi Edwards by punches in round 3. Linton Vassell beat Tim Johnson in round 1 punches. So we're going to have 2 more fights. So make sure you tune in to my man, Mr. B, in a little bit. He's going to jump in and have both those on. So if you guys want to jump in and support my boy, you want to shout out your Haps handle and your Twitter, B.
Cool, man. I'm here on Haps, Mr. B, the MMA guy. I'm on Twitter, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986, man. Nice. Leave some DMs and some messages, whatever you want to do, man. I'm out there.
Well, I love and appreciate you, my boy, and I can't wait to see you next week and hang out on Saturday, my dude. So peace.
Definitely, bro. Peace out, y'all.
So with that said, I can't thank y'all enough for tuning into this episode of Cope's Corner. Really, really can't thank y'all enough for subscribing, and making the show what it is. We almost had 100 live viewers, and I really, really can't thank every single one of you enough. I don't care if it's 100, 1,000. I do it for every single one of you to cash those bets, and let's do that this weekend for this weekend's UFC. Like I said, really, really can't thank y'all enough. Please subscribe, and share the videos. And with that said, till next week, let's fucking roll.
Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to?